in today's episode of Kerry Talks About Things, I thought I would share one of my recent projects, one that caused me some frustration, and just generally talk about things I've done that feel valuable to me, because I think everybody at this stage of their life starts thinking about what they've done in their lives, and and what will be left behind. And for most people, myself included, the answer is your children, who are fabulous, and so you want to leave some kind of a mark, and we can't all be like Martin's grandmother and be famous. So the simple way to do that, one of the simple ways to do that is to put together some little photo book things. I've been doing things like this. This one is far more impressive, and I'm very, very proud of this. This came from many years of creating a monthly newsletter, particularly useful when we were living in Ireland. And I took those newsletters and turned them into a 700 and something page book. So if you are younger, having material like this that you can then use later is really very exciting. Also, all the home movies and stuff that we've been taking over the years are also incredibly precious. So I strongly recommend doing that, and I strongly recommend making sure that the father features in the videos, not always behind the camera, or whoever it is that's taking the videos shouldn't be the only one behind the camera. Make sure you get them in the camera too. It's fine and good. So a less obvious thing is Kerry and Fidelma have developed a love for Amazon Alexa. And it's a very fun piece of technology. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake her up. So I've been playing with it with things like, Alexa, make the dining room lights red, for example. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Hope it does. Yes, it did.
Okay.
But it's a bright day, so you might not seem very red. But anyway, it worked. Alexa, turn on the vacuum cleaner. Might work.
Did you mean vacuum?
Yes.
Okay.
Starting the cleanup.
So now the vacuum cleaner is doing its thing. Alexa, turn off the vacuum.
Okay.
So anyway, that's been a bit of fun in our home, and you can answer questions and things, and that's all very good. And then I had an idea, and it took me. First of all, I thought it was a great idea. And then I thought maybe it's a creepy idea. And in the end, I decided it was a good idea. I decided it was both, but what the hell. So I figured that it would be quite cool to be able to, after I'm gone, for people to be able to contact me from beyond the grave or something. So I set about figuring out how I could make a skill for Alexa where that could be achieved. And I've managed to do that. So here we go. Alexa, ask the purple platypus. It's a demo. Demos never work.
The life of a housefly is only 14 days.
Well, that wasn't a very exciting fact, Kerry. Can I have another one, please? Alexa, ask the purple platypus. I don't know what's so
The
slow.
Lucerne University of Applied Sciences and Arts offers a degree in yodeling. Yodeling. Oh. And I do apologize, but I could not do it.
I think I'm so funny. So anyway, I've created that Amazon Alexa skill. There are over 1,500 messages for people to hear. Presumably only my family members, because no one else would be interested. I also put it on Google. So, hey Google, ask the purple platypus.
On the website purpleplatypus.com, they say, Purple Platypus, with its headquarters in Orange County, is the only diamond-level receiver
Google.
covering Southern
Stop. Hey Google, ask the purple platypus. Hey Google, ask the purple platypus. I hate technology. Hate it. So while doing the development for these things, I had all sorts of amusing problems. So first of all, the Google guy seemed really easy. I got it running in the development environment fine, was no problem at all. Pushed it out to production. It would speak my little message. Then a little digital woman would say, "Oh my God, there's been an error." And then it would speak my message again, and then a little digital woman would say, "Oh my God, there's been an error." I don't know. So I ignored it, because that's what all good software developers do. They just ignore it. And the next day, it was working perfectly. But apparently, the day after that, it doesn't work at all. So random. Fabulous. The Amazon development was also exciting. Well, frustrating as all hell. It drove me nuts. I was in a foul mood. Because, I got it all running in the development environment. And when I tried it on my other two devices, it didn't work at all. It went beep. That was the sum total of it. It went beep. Works on this device, goes beep on these two devices. No feedback, nothing in the logs, couldn't figure it out. Searched the internet high and low, and eventually discovered that if your skill is in English, if you want it to work in all regions, the US, UK, Australia, and India, which are the English regions, you've got to define a whole pile of stuff for each of those regions. And it turned out that one of my devices was set up for US English and two of them were for Australian English. So that's why it didn't work, and it decided to go beep in response. It took me forever to find that out. So I copied and pasted the same information in 4 different places, and now it works. Probably more information than anybody cares about. It's just another way for me to be around once I'm not around. I think it's kind of cool. Maybe it's not. Google doesn't work, but none of my family uses the Google device anyway, even though I think it's better. And the third thing that I have worked on in the last year, I guess, as a way to be around later, I expect at some point in the future my children will breed, because that's what people do. They make more people. And so I thought it would be quite interesting if I could possibly be a part of that by recording some children's books. So I've been making lots of little videos of me reading children's books. I've done about 30 of them. So I'm going to tack one of those on the end of this just because I can. It's very short. I think it's funny. Hopefully the next video will be a bit more exciting than this one. This feels a bit flat. Sorry. Bye.
Brave Dave by Andy Griffiths. Illustrated by Terry Denton. I guess that's Dave. Looks happy. This is Dave. Dave is brave. Really, really, really brave. But during the night, when there's no light, Dave is not brave. He takes fright. He hides in bed and covers his head. Dave gets really, really, really scared. Every creak, every squeak makes Dave go eek. Every bump, every thump makes his poor heart jump. He sucks his thumb. He calls for his mum. He can't wait for morning to come. So if you need a brave job done, call Dave in the day, but at night, call his mum. Excellent book by Andy Griffiths. You do good work. We've already also enjoyed The Cat, the Rat, and the Baseball Bat, and Ed and Ted and Did, haven't we? Very nice.